morning.
Good morning.
I'm excited because we're going to start really getting into this story today about Cookcamp. Tell me what you remember about this book that we talked about the other day.
That his dad's going to war and he has to go to this place. I think he used to go to this place called the Cookcamp.
Yeah.
And first he had a babysitter and all that, but then the babysitter wasn't good enough and then he had to go to the Cookcamp.
Jack?
The reason he had to go to the Cookcamp is because the babysitter always had him and fed him hot cereal, which is just shredded wheat in a bowl of hot water.
Exactly. So he wasn't getting cared for, and then his mom found out about it, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the uncle, right? Who really wasn't an uncle at all. So on page 5 is chapter 1. And what you're going to read chapter 1 to yourselves today, but let me just tell you a little bit about it before you start. In chapter 1, the boy, who we don't know his name yet, do we? He rides a train alone, and a porter is a worker on the train. He takes care of him because remember the boy is only how old? 5 years old. So he takes care of him, and he traveled through the night and into the next day. And when he got off the train, his grandmother was nowhere to be found. She wasn't there at all. So there's the porter helping the boy, and then there's the depot agent. And the depot agent is the one who works at the train station. So the depot agent and the porter try to figure out what to do. And the porter needs to make a decision on what to do with the boy because there's no one there to pick him up.
Either put him back on the train or...
They need to decide. So you're going to find that out when you read. So while you're reading, I want you to think carefully, really carefully, about the porter's actions and how the boy might be feeling. And remember, he's only 5 years old. Okay? So go ahead and read chapter 1, and I'm going to start listening to you as you read. Ethan, can I listen to you read?
Okay, from the beginning.
Wherever you want. Just keep going.
And put him in the seat at the front of the car. Twice when he had to go to the bathroom, the porter took him by the hand and brought him to the back seat. And when he was finished, brought him back to the seat when he was finished. Always smiling, the porter made him relax. The porter brought him comic books. The boy could not read, but the pictures held him for a long part of the ride. In the middle of the day, the porter brought him a lunch in a box and sat with him speaking in low murmurs while the boy ate.
Okay, stop for a minute. Is this making sense so far? What do you think murmurs? Do you know what murmurs means?
Probably a low tone or voice.
What do you think of the porter?
He's really nice to the boy.
Definitely. Okay, keep reading. Good job. Where are you at, Trevor?
Right here.
Perfect, keep going.
And when the boy still couldn't sleep, the porter came back again and sat on the edge of his bunk and sang him a long song about a woman in New Orleans. The song didn't mean much to the boy. It was all about a beautiful woman and a man who broke her heart. But the words didn't seem to matter. The porter's voice was low and soothing. Old Josie laid me low, laid me low. Old Josie took my money and laid me low. The boy lay back in the Paulsen bunk and let the porter's music take him down until his eyes closed and he went to sleep, thinking only a little about his mother and Casey. In the night, they went to Minneapolis, where the boy had to change trains. The porter bundled him from one train to the next, wrapped in a blanket, and he did not really awaken except to half hear the hiss of steam and sounds of people running in the depot.
Okay, so is it making sense so far to you? Are there any questions that you have about what's happening? No? What do you think about the porter?
I think he's being really nice to the kid.
All right, keep reading and find out what happens now.
I don't know. You recommend it.
All right, Jack, where are you at?
Oh,
There was a new town on the one building. A locomotive made a hissing and cracking sounds as if it was impatient to be going.
Okay, try that sentence again, because that was kind of tough, wasn't it?
Yeah. The locomotive made hissing and cracking sounds as if it was impatient to be going. When the boy moved away from the car, afraid of the loud noise and the big steel driver wheels on the engine, he could not see his grandmother. The depot agent came out to the...
Try that again, start that over. The depot. It's depot, like Home Depot?
The depot agent came onto the platform with a canvas mail bag and nodded to the boy, who was standing next to the porter. Isn't the boy's family here? The porter asked. Nope, the agent shook his head and no words there about a boy. Well, we can take him back on the train. The porter leaned over the platform and spit tobacco juice neatly down by the train rails. We're going up into Canada, Sonny, and we won't be back until day after tomorrow. The depot agent rumbled his neck and
How do you say his name?
Depot
There you go.
agent rubbed his neck and shook his head. I don't know, we just got a cat in the back room and I'm only here 2 nights. The boy looked at the
Try that
He
again.
looked at the
There you
boy.
go.
What's your family's name? The boy told him the name of his grandmother. Halverson. The station agent repeated the name. Anita Halverson? He shook his head. Nope, I don't know the name. This on the locomotive gave a sudden blast, and the porter stepped forward, cutting it into a run. We've got an idea. You take him and keep him forward. Nobody comes for him. We'll take him up on the way back. I'll put you into 2 days extra.
Okay, stop there. So tell me what's happening right now.
So far, he's gonna sleep at the depot, and his grandmother isn't there. If no one comes for him, he's going to take the train back to New York.
Okay. Is everything making sense so far? Okay. Finish that chapter up, and when you get done, Jack, just go back and read it again, because you'll find more that you want to know. Trevor, go ahead and read. You're on page 8? Okay.
Outside it was hot, and the fan heat hit the boy as he came into the opening between the cars. The conductor was standing below on the wooden platform and helped him down. The first thing we saw was a station.
Good.
There was no town. The trees had been cleared back and a single yellow building had been put next to the tracks as the depot. On the side of the building was a sign, High Min,
Do you know what MIN stands for?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
But there was no town, only
Ethan, go back and read chapter
only the one building.
Try that sentence and put it together again now.
But there was no town, only the one building.
Good.
The locomotive made hissing and cracking sounds as if impatient to be going. And the boy moved away from the car, afraid of the loud noise and the big steel driver wheels on the engine. He could not see his grandmother. The depot agent came onto the platform with a canvas mailbag and nodded to the boy, who was standing next to the porter. Isn't the boy's family here? The porter asked. Nope. The agent shook his head, and no word either about the boy.
Good job reading that with all the commas and then the ellipse. Keep going.
Well, we can take him back on the train.
Is that can or can't?
Oh, can't take
That
him.
makes a big difference, doesn't it? Try starting
well, we
over.
can't take him back on the train. The porter leaned over the platform and spit tobacco juice neatly down by the train wheels.
Read these last two to yourself, okay? Does it make sense so far about what's going on? So now there's nobody there for her, so find out what happened. Okay, let's take a second. I know you've all had a chance to read it at least one time. And I want you guys to write down what comes to mind. What are you thinking right away on this post-it, and then we're going to share it. So here's an extra pen. McKenna, can I borrow your pencil? Thank you. So write down what you were thinking. Just take a minute. Write down anything you're thinking or wondering about from what you just read. Isaac. Everyone ready? Give me another second. Ethan, why don't you tell us what you wrote?
Well, why is it not telling us his name? When will we get to know what his name is?
What do you guys think of that? What Ethan wrote?
It's weird how we're already to the second chapter and we still don't know his name.
Is it bothering anyone else? It's bothering Ethan.
Even on like,
Because it always says
a
here.
boy
Boy. It's like his name is Boy, isn't it? Almost. I don't know, Ethan. I guarantee you that Mr. Gary Paulsen has a reason for not putting his name yet, and I don't know if we'll ever figure out his name.
Like also on page 11 and 10, like on the bottom of page 10. And
Oh yeah.
like he was asking what's your name, and we told him. It's like, why won't he tell us his name?
Yeah.
That kind of.
That bothered you there, because then you thought you're going to figure it out. But he
Yeah.
never told us. Do you guys see where Ethan's talking about on the bottom of page 10? It says, "What's your name, boy?" the agent asked. The boy told him, but the agent had turned away and didn't hear the answer. So we're just curious, aren't we?
Even if you go a little bit past chapter 2, still it didn't say his name.
Not yet. That's a good thing to wonder about, Ethan. Hopefully we'll find out soon, and you will be out of your misery.
That sort of made me think of another question.
What's that?
Is his name something not good because his mother sounds sort of like she doesn't really care about him too much?
Okay. So maybe he doesn't want to say his name, or...
What is his name? Like maybe he doesn't even have a name. Maybe just everyone calls him Boy.
Yeah, could be.
Right?
And everyone calls him or he or his
Or Boy.
It's a mystery. Good point. Trevor, what was your comment that you made?
If I was the boy, I would be scared that my mom was with a man that I didn't even know.
That would be scary. Do you think that this boy feels that way too?
Probably.
I think there was some evidence of that, because I think at the beginning of this chapter, he was talking about how he was trying to go to bed, and on page 7, and it says his eyes closed and he went to sleep thinking only a little about his mother and Casey. So he's thinking about it, isn't he? Jack.
even I just opened up to page 7. I mean chapter 7,
Oh.
and still it
Well,
didn't
we're
say his
only
name.
talking about chapter 1. Don't be
It
tempted
said
to look
the
ahead.
boy.
Don't be tempted.
Yeah.
Trevor, I would agree with you. I would be worried too. Would you all be worried too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jack, what did you write?
His grandmother still did not come. I can't believe his mother lied to him.
Yeah. What do you think about his grandmother not coming? Why wouldn't she be there?
Or maybe his mom was telling the truth. It's maybe his grandma just didn't even want to go. Didn't even want to know.
Mine's really the same.
What did you say, Trevor? That was the
I'm
same.
wondering if they will ever find this grandma.
If they'll ever find his grandma, yeah. Do you think she knew that he was coming?
Probably.
Or maybe she knew when something happened and she couldn't get there? Because they're kind of in the wilderness, aren't they?
Because she just didn't want to go.
What do you think is going to likely happen now?
His grandmother probably might come or might get sent back to Chicago on the train.
What do you guys think? Do you think his grandma will come?
I think his
I
grandma
think he's
will.
gonna get sent back.
You think he's going to get sent back?
I don't think he's gonna get sent
I
back, and I
think-
don't think his grandma's gonna show up. I think that. I think that. For some reason, I think that the porter was so nice. He might take him as an orphan. I don't know why. I just feel.
But they're
The porter's
Yeah.
gonna take him as an orphan.
I think he might have to go back and
I
then
think his grandmother.
You think he's going to have to go back?
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to go back. You know why? Because the book's called Cookcamp, and he's going to the Cookcamp.
true.
If he was going back to Chicago, it would be a totally different cover.
Maybe
yeah,
it would be
but then I
called
was thinking
Chicago.
maybe.
Yeah.
Then I was thinking maybe his mom would get like so mad and she'd send him right back.
Oh, like he'd
back-
have to go
like
back,
this?
like back and forth. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That might
That's what I
happen.
was sort of thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What did you guys think of the porter?
He was
Really nice.
He was really nice to him.
To the boy.
He was really nice to the
Mhm.
boy.
Here's another question. What dangers or struggles do you think the boy is facing now?
Like
His mother and his father.
he's
and
probably
his
thinking,
dog.
why wouldn't my mother just let me stay? I don't want to go here.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma's not here.
Mm-hmm. Think about where he is.
Would have to face like
What might happen to him?
he
He's
might get eaten by a bear.
okay. He's at this depot station.
His grandmother might come. Chances are. 1,000.
He might get like really cold because it said it was cold and dark.
Okay. Yeah. Good evidence. Because he said it was cold and dark. We're only talking about chapter 1 though. What do you think the porter's actions, like how he acted, what does that tell you about him as a character, as a person?
He's probably a nice person and caring to people and helpful.
I think I might have caught it, but it was like on page 9, I thought.
Page 9.
Yep.
What? Read it to us.
The porter leaned over the platform and spit tobacco juice neatly down by the trading mills.
What'd you think of that?
That like now I know that he like smokes and that he like uses tobacco and
Mm-hmm. And then he had that song too that he sang. Remember?
Yep, this is
he
it's
might
on
be
page
from New
6
Orleans.
and 7.
Mm-hmm. So maybe he had a broken heart. We don't know much about his background, but we do know how he treated the boy. And we can all agree that he treated the boy quite nicely, didn't he?
I'm starting to think that the porter might have had something like that happen to him too.
Oh, maybe he could connect to how the boy was feeling, being abandoned, somewhat. Good. So now he's at the train station alone with the depot man. So in chapter 2, we're going to find out, hopefully, if his grandmother comes or not. And we're also going to find out how the depot man treats him. Hopefully it will be as nice as the porter treated him. I know if I were 5 years old and my mom shipped me away to live far away with my grandma, I would be very scared, especially being alone.
That would be kind of sad, like, why don't you just let me stay with her?
Yeah, exactly. He didn't want to go either, did he?
He had like no choice, his mom just made him.
Because he didn't even tell about that awful babysitter. Remember?
He only said that he feeds him hot cereal.
You're right, exactly. He told us that though. He told the readers that. He didn't tell his mom.
You know what? If I were the boy and they were trying to get me into the car, I would hold on to the door.
You would fight back, yeah. It'd be hard though when you're 5. Don't really have much control, do you?
5 and some other guys are trying to get you in
I
like
would
they're
try to have
30.
control
You're
of the
5.
door handle. It's the only thing I got.
You would definitely let people know that you were not happy, wouldn't you?
So
All
would
you
I.
would do is punch the
But I would
post.
like hit them because that would give me very bad characteristics.
That's true, Ethan. Okay, so next time we meet, we're gonna look at chapter 2 together. Are you excited? Are you getting into it a little bit? Yeah, good. Awesome. So, good job today. Nice thinking. You can keep your Post-its in your books and then we'll know whose is whose. And put it by chapter 2 and that will be helpful. So we'll remember where we're at. But we're gonna meet again, I think Monday. Nope, Tuesday. We're meeting Tuesday.
It's really good.
I know, it's good.
So far,
Alright
it's
guys,
good.
you can go work on your reading.